Philadelphia Eagles. It's 3-0 versus 2-1. A good early season battle as we're underway in Week 4. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
Okay, ready?
Hurts throwing right away. And incomplete to open things up. Now this Washington defense, Charles, terrific in the victory a week ago.
And I think our statistician, we ended up having to bring the blue tent and put it around him for a while because he was developing a hand injury from having to write down all the turnovers this team forced. 5, 6, 7, 8. Absolutely unbelievable. I hope he'll recover.
To throw again on second down. Hurts. And that is knocked away in the middle of the field and incomplete.
Tough series for the passing game. Things just aren't clicking. Hopefully they can come through on this play and get this series back on track with a completion for enough yardage for a first down.
So now an early 3rd and 10 here on their opening drive. Throwing is Hurts. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. Philadelphia picking up the first on a gain of 15.
And I feel a little bit like a traitor as a former defender because that big man did not want to go down and refused to go down. If you're a defender and you don't get the right angle on a big tight end like him, he can run right through you like you're not even there, and he did a lot of that on that play.
A first carry for the former Oklahoma Sooner, Joe Mixon. And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked out before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. Tackle made by Chase Young. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Hurts. That's caught by the big tight end, Dallas Goedert. And they're going to get this up to midfield. The Eagles at 2-1 now to start the campaign, and they move back above 500 with a victory last week.
And you look at their start, a win, a loss, then a win. This might be something we see from them a lot this year because when they're at their best, they can play with anybody. But bringing their best every week, that's been a challenge thus far.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
Offense was moving it a little bit, had them back on their heels, but they're in a brief pause by forcing the incompletion. That gives them a quick chance to regroup and try and mount a stand before they're backed up even further.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Rush coming, and he's taken down. They'll wind up losing 10 on the sack, and it'll lead to a 3rd and long.
And this is what you've got to do against a quarterback like him. You've got to keep him in the pocket and not let him get to the perimeter because once he gets outside, that's where he can really hurt you.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. That's a pretty good opening possession defensively.
And you know the goal is to make something of a statement, especially on the road with your first defensive possession, isn't it? Go right out and establish yourselves and let them know this is going to be tough going all game long.
As Sanchez on to punt here as he sends this one away. 35 yards that time on the punt. And the Commanders will take over with a 1st and 10. The 1st and 10 here for Hal and the Commanders at their own 26. First down, Howell to throw. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. And this one is incomplete.
And we're going to see this offense try and spread the field a little bit and utilize the outside third of the field, especially against man coverage. But that time, the defense was up to the task, forcing the incompletion.
Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10. 2nd and 10, Howell taking a shot for Samuel. It's caught inside the 25. And he'll be marked down right at the 20-yard line. And that looked almost to be a case of, a quarterback saying, hey, I'm going to throw this as far as I can and hope you run under it. Mission accomplished. They'll run for the first time here with Brian Robinson. And he'll get this one down to about the 17. Not quite the success they had last play. This one goes for 3 yards. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
2nd down and a run by Robinson. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. Call it a gain of 5 there on the run, but they'll remain a yard or 2 short here with 3rd down coming up.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. Robinson will try to pick it up. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Commanders. Brian Robinson Jr. his 7th rushing touchdown of the year. And the Commanders are on the board first here this afternoon. Well, they were looking to pick up the first down on 3rd and short. They got a little more than they bargained for, finding the end zone as well.
And oftentimes in short yardage situations, you get a lot of defenders stacked near the line of scrimmage, partner. So if you can get past that first wave, there's usually room to roam, and he found it.
The extra point by Sly is up and good, and that makes the score 7-0. Kick team out there for the Commanders as they send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. Early on, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game. But I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally because all division games have a little extra to them. But I like where this game is situated because at this stage of the season, it has that little extra juice. But at the same time, it's not a make or break if this were, let's say, week 15, 16, somewhere in that neighborhood.
From the 29, Hurts. Looking left side for Watkins, and he's got it. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. First catch for him. It's good for a dozen and a first down. Inside handoff to Nixon. Now he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down.
Next, receivers don't spread the defense out, and they were able to come through with a slashing run.
But to that point, it's going to be interesting to see the personnel chess match as this one progresses.
Yeah, you're exactly right. Can they continue to create running lanes out of passing sets? And if so, it's going to be a long day for the defense.
And he'll get it down to the 47 here. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down. Hurts sets up to throw it. A quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
Nice progress down the field was halted by that incompletion. They could try for some safe yards here to get things moving again, or keep throwing it and pushing it downfield to try and pick up bigger yardage.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Hurts over the middle, complete. That's Watkins. And he's going to be taken down at about the 33.
Of course, the catch was nice, but how about what happened after? Able to stay on his feet and gain all that additional yardage. So many of these slot guys, I think, have running back in their background.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Here's Hurts to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And they're going to move it down to inside the 25. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
From the 24, Hurts. This is caught. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. A well-executed 22-yard gain. And he's top 5 in the league in terms of receiving yardage because of plays like that. What have you seen from him on film that you like so much?
Well, I'll strip away everything else and get to what we call the moment of truth. When the ball's arriving and there's a defender there, he just comes down with the ball. He competes and takes it away. Great hands, great ability to finish the catch.
So they're backed up to the 3-yard line, 2nd and goal.
Hey, check that. 3.
Ready? Mixon again. And once again, he's going to be pushed backwards. This time back to the 3.
We all know how much running backs love getting the ball down near the goal line. They think they're going to find a way into the end zone. He hasn't had that kind of luck so far. Ends up not getting in on the last 2 carries. You know he's going to be upset about a missed opportunity.
They'll look to throw on 3rd and goal. This goes out wide for Mixon. Touchdown! Joe Mixon, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Eagles are an extra point away from drawing level. Getting your back involved, what's the importance there in the passing game?
Well, oftentimes you can create mismatches because who's going to cover, and you get him into space, which is where he likes to operate with the ball in his hands. Oftentimes makes people miss, gets that run after the catch, and off he goes.
And into the end zone. Elliott good on the extra point, and we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. So both of these teams, Charles, coming off touchdowns now, but this offense, they just had to stand on the sideline, watch their opponent author a really impressive drive to reach the end zone.
Yeah, and I think you're not telling yourself the truth if you don't think there's some one-upsmanship going on right now, because they just had their touchdown answered by a drive of double-digit plays that also found the end zone. Now they want to do something even more impressive to answer that one.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. 2nd down, Howell back to pass. Throw left side complete. That's Robinson. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. You're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
Howell throwing on 3rd down here. This one hauled in, and again it's Robinson. And a good job defensively. They stopped him short of the 1st at the 32. That one good for only 6, and it leaves him with a 4th down. Tress Way on 4th down is sent out to punt. On that punt, we've got a man shaken up. Hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, are going to take a peek, and we'll take a break. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now, but Let's give credit where it's due because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
Yeah, because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football. And some room to roam now. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. It's a gain of 16 and an Eagle first down.
Give every member of that unit a ton of credit for ripping off such a big gain there because you don't get free for that many yards on a counter or misdirection without everybody selling the heck out of it.
On 1st and 10, it's Carter. And he is going to lose yardage here. He lost 6 there on the first down play.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave him 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through. But that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
Now on 2nd and 16. Hurts. Quick slant here to Smith. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. That one good for 20 on the catch and run.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
And it's complete right back in the hands of Smith. And he's brought down inside the 20 at the 18-yard line. If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to him, even if he has an elite defender on him, because he usually knows where the ball is before the defender does.
And he'll take it from the 18 to the 15, a gain of 3.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
Hurts throw here taken in as he's able to find Goddard. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6.
Let's just break this down and make it pretty simple. Key to the drag route, letting the play develop, finding the hole in the defense, and giving your athlete, yes, athlete, a chance to make something happen once he has the ball in his hands.
The Eagles on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. They'll look to throw here. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Watkins. Touchdown, Eagles! Quez Watkins from 10 yards out. And the Eagles have taken the lead. Elliott on for the extra point. And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Out there set ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. That 7-0 lead of theirs short-lived as they've now given up 2 straight touchdowns to fall behind by 7.
Yeah, but no cause for discouragement here. Yeah, they've fallen behind.
Looking for Hearns, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Avonte Maddox. And the Eagles are going to take possession of the football. Before we came up to the booth, last thing he said as we were walking off the field, want to play mistake-free football. Well, that just went out the window there with a pick.
And do you remember what you said to me when we were walking up to the booth after he said that? You're like, oh, fatal last words. Every time we hear that, things tend to fall apart a little bit, and that's what we saw there. Didn't get enough on that throw, and it turned into an interception.
It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Hey, it's not the most spectacular play, but I think most teams will take that every single time for the first play of a drive. Begin the series with positive yardage and set yourself up for a very manageable 2nd down.
We've hit the 2-minute mark of the 2nd quarter. 14-7. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. On second down and 4. Hurts. That's into a crowd and intercepted. Picked off by Benjamin St-Juste. And the Commanders are going to get the football back at their own 17. He's certainly not been afraid to take some chances downfield. Now, look, it's paid off for him a couple of times. That time, not so fortunate.
And that's where I want to start, what you said. It's paid off a couple of times. So his aggressiveness, it's been good for his offense for the most part. So he throws an interception there. No one likes that, but I would not rein him back in. The return on investment thus far has been pretty good. 2 touchdowns to 1 interception.
To the 22-yard line. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Powell, he'll look to throw it. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. That one good for 16 as the drive continues.
Evident there that he learned his lesson from the last drive. No way he was going to force a throw that time. When nothing broke open, kept it, and ended up running for a first down himself.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. So he's 3 for 7 throwing the football right now. Not an awful start, but also not the sharpest of starts.
No, I would agree with that. But if you're a confident quarterback and to play that position, you have to be. You just act like there's something wrong with the wind currents or something wrong with the ball.
It is not you. Keep throwing. That timing usually develops.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Faking the handoff, Howell. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. Now, if you're going to get rid of it, you better get outside the pocket.
Yeah, you have to get outside of that tackle-to-tackle box, right? Get out there, and then you can do it legally, but he wasn't able to do so, and they end up losing the down as well.
And now the punter, Tress Way, as he sends this one away. Returnable here from the 38. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt. And it will be Eagles football, 1st and 10. Here's Joe Mixon as they start on the ground. And if there was a lane there, it closed up quickly as he stopped for no gain. 2nd down. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Looking to throw. Trying for Brown, and it's intercepted. It's Tariq Castro-Fields who picked it. Down the numbers. There he goes. And he will bring this one back. It is a pick-6 for a Washington touchdown. Charles, you can just see the frustration on the sideline. Safe to say that's not how they expected this series to go. The ball only went one way, and it was backward into their own end zone, courtesy of the pick-6.
And, Brandon, how often do we hear offenses tell us before a game they want to end every series with a kick, right? A punt, a PAT, or a field goal. In case of a defense, they want to end with a punt or a takeaway. And we saw the takeaway right there, and it turned out to be a takeaway that turned into 6 points.
And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
Come on, come on. Cougar 19.
And they'll indeed start on the ground to run that clock. And he's going to be taken down here as that will lead us to the end of the first half of play. So we've hit halftime all even at 14 apiece. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. And ready to get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard. Taken in at the 3. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. This offense ready for the first drive of the third quarter. Well, quarters number 1 and 2 entertaining. We saw some good offense points put up, Charles, and all tied on the scoreboard.
And it sets us up for what could be a really fun second half because we've seen both sides score almost at will here in the first half. And now, here in the second half, getting the ball first, you've got to think, hey, we can go out and really run our offense the way we did in the first half. But if I'm a defensive player, all I'm thinking is, can I make a play to really help out my team and break this streak of offense?
And the big boys up front, they're going to stop him right at the line. Tackle there by big Jordan Davis.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
They'll send a receiver in motion left. Second down. Howell now. It's caught on the right side by Robinson. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a third down.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it could turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
Over the middle, the connection to Hearns. And he is brought down, but not before reaching the 30. 27 yards there on a very nice third down conversion.
When you get a big tight end like this, sometimes it takes more than one man to bring him down. Oftentimes, your best bet, just jump on and hold on and wait for your teammates to arrive to help get him on the ground.
Blitz coming, and down he goes. They'll get him that time thanks to the safety blitz as he sank for a loss of 4.
How about that one? The so-called little guys putting the pressure on. That was a strong safety. When I was in college, we often called that a lightning blitz.
So second and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range. Another try after the first down sack. Howell. Throw right side is going to be caught by Samuel. And he'll be brought down at the 27. Here's play number 7 on the drive. This is 3rd and 7. On third down, Robinson. And he's not going to sniff the first down here. He stopped at the 25.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
Sly able to put this one through. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And they find themselves down on the scoreboard following the field goal a moment ago.
And I think even though they trail in the game now, I would consider that a win for their defense, and that's probably what they're telling the offense when they get to the bench. Hey, the onus is on you guys now. Get back out there and get us the lead back.
But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
From the 27, Hurts. They'll set up the screen here to Mixon. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. They wind up losing a couple there, so they go behind the original line of scrimmage, and now 3rd and 11 coming up. Backed up here, tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. He'll look to set up his blockers. Now a hit and a loose football. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line. Was hoping to make a play there on the return with his speed. Instead, he makes a play for the other side.
Yeah, and how many times have we heard coaches say, you know, sometimes it's not really about those X's and O's we draw up. It's about those Jimmies and Joes. And when you have a punt returner, he's one of those Jimmies and Joes, one of the best athletes. He's unable to make the play that they were seeking, though.
Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Here's a throw right side taken in by his tight end. They'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6.
Such a tough position to defend near the line, even when you add a second defender, but the big man shrugged off the extra body and made the play call a success.
They had great starting position to begin the drive, but now they look up at a 3rd and 5. A draw play for Mixon. And he's brought down short by a yard. It's a 3rd down gain of 4.
So many things go into making a good play on defense. In this situation, just not being blown out of the way was a big start, and then a nice tackle to finish things off.
So Hurts is off, and on comes Jake Elliott for the Eagle field goal. From the right hash, this from 44 yards out. The kick by Elliott is good. So the big return had him fired up, but in the end, the offense stalls out. They only muster 3.
Yeah, the excitement was there after the return, but they didn't move the ball at all after that. They didn't even get a 1st down.
17-17 the score. All even to this point as the kick's away. Taken in at the 3. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And after the field goal last time, let's see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you've met fan bases that wanted that, that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
On the counter, this is Robinson. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. So it's a quarter that saw these two teams trade field goals here as we've reached the end of 3 quarters of play. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. With a play fake, and now here's how to throw it. He's got the hook up downfield to Samuel. That he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. A very nice pickup of 33 yards. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, it's Robinson. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. Seems pretty obvious defensively a key was stopping the run game. How have they done it so successfully?
To me, it seems that these guys really did a nice job of paying attention during the scouting report meeting. And you know, Brandon, when they do those, they talk about the top plays that these guys like to run. The best runs for the top running back, those are the ones you focus on and want to take away. And they've done that pretty successfully in this game.
And the trend continues here in the 4th like it was in the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. He's had nowhere to run.
And you're probably thinking to yourself, why do they keep feeding him the football? Well, they trust him first and foremost. They do believe that over time he might...
And this is going to be intercepted. Chauncey Gardner-Johnson with a pick. And the Eagles force the turnover, and they'll take over at the 10. Well, they were in a great position to take the lead, Charles. Obviously, all they needed was a field goal to do that. They wanted the touchdown. Unfortunately, they're going to get neither.
And you know every offense talks about the same thing each week, don't they, Brandon? They want to end every drive with a kick, whether it's a field goal attempt, a point after the touchdown, or at worst a punt. This time they had that opportunity but didn't get it because you know the field shrinks that close to the end zone, and that allows a defense to tighten up their coverage, and they picked that one off.
On 2nd down, here's Mixon. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be 3rd down. They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL, and he used to have a meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason and say, look, as many times as you're going to carry the ball, you should be able to carry it one more time, so make sure you get in shape.
And he goes down. It's a sack. They get him back at his own 3-yard line. Montez Sweat, the man that time to fight in and drop him. Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And taken right at the 35. We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And it will be Washington football now with a 1st and 10. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. Excellent job by their defense to force the punt and provide them with this opportunity. And this is going to be intercepted. And the Eagles are going to take possession of the football. Well, that one was in the air for an agonizingly long time.
Just begging to be picked off, wasn't it? It's one thing if you're throwing a ball like that, trying to throw someone open or lead them into an area. But that ball needed to be thrown with a lot more conviction. As a result, it's an easy interception.
Mixon with a 1st down carry. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. 63 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
Now, that was an excellent run. And when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block. But the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've got to hit the jackpot there.
Back to Mixon on 2nd down. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. 2 yards, good enough for 1st.
Now that's the way to do it. Hand it to someone with vision and good footwork, and add a little bit of power, and you find a way to pick up 1st downs.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Go, Reed, go.
Again, it's Mixon. And he's got room. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Joe Mixon, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Eagles have broken this deadlock and have taken the lead here in the 4th. Elliott good with a PAT, and they will take a 7-point lead. after the touchdown. Here's Elliott on to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And now after the touchdown a moment ago, they work from behind in a 7-point game in this fourth quarter. Plenty of time on the clock. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Powell to the air on 1st and 10. Winds up and lets it go for Samuel. And got his man complete. And he's going to be brought down at about the 16.
There's no doubt in my mind that not many guys in this league have had the impact that he's had here in the first half of the season. He's been a big play guy from the word go and continues to be one with another one right there.
So it's Commanders football as we get back to it. They come up on a 1st and 10, desperately needing a score here on what could be their final drive. A give left side to Robinson. And he goes backwards here, losing yardage back to the 16. What a difference a play makes. A huge step forward and now a small step back as he loses a yard or two.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. That one goes for 16 yards. It sets him up 1st and goal. Powell on the QB sneak, and he'll get in. He's over for the touchdown. The sneak successful from a yard out, and the Commanders are an extra point away from tying this game here in the final minutes. Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And, partner, we've got a tie game here in the fourth. Nothing separating these two sides. 24 all our score as he sends this one away. This will be fielded inside the 5. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. Well, partner, here it is. They've got the chance to win the game. You'd have to think they need to get it near the opposite 40 to have a chance to kick a game-winning field goal. We'll see what they can do.
And you're right about that, because if we look at it in macro, that's what it looks like. But I think in micro, the head coach has already asked the special teams coach, what is he feeling? What does he think? Where does he want the football? What's the yard line we have to get? And he's already relayed that to his quarterback and his offense. They know what the goal is. Now the key, can they get there?
From the 36, Hurts. Connecting with Mixon. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. 14 yards there and an Eagle first down. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it. So it's not that big of a deal to me. And I'm going to keep firing.
This is Mixon on the draw. And that not what they wanted. They lose yards on first down. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds left to go. Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss. From the gun, it's Hurts. He gets this in the hands of Mixon. And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line. Now the Eagles will use the 2nd of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just one remaining in this fourth quarter of play. Right there, he rose to the occasion late in a close game.
It's something he thought about, dreamed about, and worked on throughout his career. Because in these types of situations, he wasn't going to allow extra coverage to keep him from getting the football.
And he's got his man. It's the tight end Goddard. And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 33. The third down conversion successful. A gain of 11. Now the offense will burn their third and final timeout as they'll stop it with 11 seconds remaining in the ball game. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Throwing is Hurts. Escaping the pressure right. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets it down to the 30 there. He'll get 3 yards on the scramble there at 2nd down.
I did like his decision-making there to make sure they picked up something instead of forcing the throw. Now they've got more manageable play coming up to try and pick up the first down. And don't rule out the possibility that he just keeps it and runs again.
And this is just outside the right upright. It's no good, and a costly one there as this game remains tied here in the 4th. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. Tie game, and barring something incredible here, we're likely headed to overtime.
What I would do is either hand it off inside or more likely I'd take a knee and let the clock run out.
And this is going to be intercepted. Chauncey Gardner-Johnson with a pick, and he will be taken down, and that means we are headed to overtime. And we have free football overtime. Here we go, my friend.
And the way this game played out, this is exactly how it should.
And here in overtime, if the team that receives the ball scores a touchdown, it's over. If they don't, we can still have some more football.
That's exactly right. If they go down and kick a field goal, the other team gets a possession to either match it or score a touchdown to win the ball game. If both teams kick field goals, the next team to score wins. But if the receiving team throws a pick six or fumbles the ball and gets picked up by the defense and they score, the game is over at that point.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. All set up for them right now, Charles. Opening possession of overtime. They've got the football. They also obviously have this home crowd behind them in a big way.
They get that extra energy from them, but they've got to be careful not to let that adrenaline get away from them and play too fast or create errors of their own making. Use that energy, embrace it, but make sure they channel it the right way. They've got a chance to go downfield, score a touchdown, and then
and it's intercepted. Picked off by Cameron Curl. And the Commanders are going to take possession of the football. What a big-time interception that is here on the first drive of overtime. And now, Charles, they're already knocking on the door with a short field. Remember, all they need is 3 points to win this game.
And that thinking just can't limit them on offense. The playbook should still be wide open. Get a first down, maybe 2. Do it safely. Nice throws that your quarterback can make. Nice runs that your running backs like. But make sure you get yourself into position and let your kicker have at it.
The tackle by Nakobe Dean. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Robinson with another carry. And he gets it down to the 32. 42 yards rushing for him now as he is just trying to will his guys to an overtime victory.
It's nice every now and then in this game not to see people overthink it. Just hand it to the old reliable guy. Let him pick up the first down.
Now they go play action with Howell. And his throw here is incomplete.
As tight ends go, he might not provide the super flashy plays very often, but he's pretty reliable, usually an excellent target, and normally catches what's thrown to him, but he didn't on that play.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from about the 32. Here's Howell to throw on 2nd down. Across the middle, he finds Robinson. And not much happening there. He's taken down, but a late penalty flag in the backfield. Now, this looks like a roughing call. The penalty moves him into the red zone here on 1st and 10. They'll throw on first down. Here's Howell. That's out wide here for Robinson. And he's going to be marked down just outside the 10. Well, right now, every little bit of yardage helps. So they're obviously well within his range. It's just about keeping the football and getting in the right spot.
Know your kicker. As you mentioned, get it to the right spot, the place that he wants to kick it from. And if you do decide to throw the football, it either goes to your team or no one. It's the only kind of throw you make.
Throwing again on second down. Howell. He's got Brown on the out route complete. And the Commanders are going to have a first and goal as the tackle is made at about the 5. Well, look at this, a tight end carry. And he is in for the score. And it is absolute stunned silence here as they win it on the road in overtime.